you can grow your own ginger, and it's the most luscious thing to be harvesting your own homegrown ginger in the fall. And if we can grow it here in Zone 5 in upstate New York in the Finger Lakes, in our short seasons, even in containers, you can too. And I'd love to share all the details so you know what is coming, because it is so fun. It is far from foolproof. And here's the thing, even in our short seasons, we harvest well over a pound of luscious baby ginger per plant. If you grow in a warmer season, you will easily harvest more than that. But there are a few things to keep in mind so that you can grow and harvest incredible ginger this fall. And so here are the three basic reasons why people don't harvest that much. Number one, they don't sprout early enough and take care of the sprouts well. Number two, they don't feed ginger as well as they could. Ginger is the hungriest plant that you will have in your garden, most likely ever. And number three, they don't hill them. So I'm going to break all of those down for you. And we made this lovely card when we share our rhizomes with you. Oh man, it comes with all of this handy information. And we also share hours of gorgeous and really fun, informative video tutorials in our Grow Your Own Masterclass, which is normally $68. We just made it free so that you and we all can be surrounded by that abundance and that knowledge. And now more than ever, gardening grounds me in chaotic times, and gardens grow us more than we could ever grow them. So it is our gift to you to share both our Seed Starting Academy as well as our Grow Your Own Ginger Masterclass, totally free, friends. So don't hesitate, jump on our website, fruitionseeds.com, and you can join those right away and jump right in. So without further ado, let's talk about what you need to know as you're sprouting your own ginger. So number one, these are the three mistakes that people make. Number one, sprouting well, sprouting early enough. Now is the perfect time to be sprouting. Kind of last call, in fact, for sprouting ginger here in Zone 5. And so don't hesitate. We actually have these gorgeous organic rhizomes that are seed stock on our website, and we'd love to share them with you. And yeah, so they are seed stock, not food stock. So a question we get asked all the time, can we plant ginger that comes from the grocery store? And the answer is, of course, technically you can. If you grow garlic, think of it this way. Garlic from the grocery store, you can plant that too, but it's generally really small and not that special, and it's food stock. It's not seed stock. So the same is true for ginger you buy in the store. It is food grade, so it's good, but the cream of the crop is the seed stock. Also in the grocery store, it's there as a shelf-stable product. If it's conventional versus organic, if it's conventional, that means it's been sprayed with chemicals, so it's not going to sprout, so it actually has the longest shelf life possible. And so you definitely don't want to sprout conventional ginger from the grocery store. It just won't sprout. You also don't want to sprout, or you can sprout organic, but the thing is, it's been dried down and it's in dormancy. So it's going to sprout eventually, but it will likely take 4, 6, 8+ weeks before it even sprouts. So you can see with our organic ginger seed sprouts, they have these big fat buds just waiting to bust their move. Here's one that we just started last week, and oh my gosh, can you see that little sprout? So ginger takes her time sprouting for sure, compared to certainly kale and many other plants. But getting that organic seed stock, not food stock ginger, makes all the difference. So here's another thing to keep in mind when you're sprouting your ginger. Ginger is from tropical places. So especially here in short seasons, if ginger isn't in 80-degree temperatures, she's like, wait, when are we going back to Hawaii? And so it's really important to sprout your ginger in the warmest place in your home. So this is where heat mats come in oh so handy. You can see I've got this on a lovely little heat mat. We have them on our website too. And they're simply this perfect size for a single cell tray. And you plug them into the wall. They hardly have any electric draw. And they're going to raise the temperature of the soil 15 to 18 degrees above the ambient air temperature. And so that makes it pretty ideal for ginger to think that she's in Hawaii and do her thing. If it's less than 80 degrees, that just increases the time to sprouting. So, on top of your fridge is often warm, on top of a radiator is often warm. You can be creative about the warmest place in your house, but I highly recommend. I remember when I was like 10 and I saw my first heat mat for the first time and experienced starting seeds on them for the first time. I was like, oh, this is why heat mats are a magical, amazing invention. They make all the difference, and you'll likely have it for the rest of your life. But by all means, there's lots of ways to do lots of things, and we all have too many things probably to begin with. So there you have it. You want to start your ginger early. So mid-February to mid-late March is like the perfect window for starting your ginger. You want to start it on a heat mat or otherwise in the warmest place in your home. 80 degrees is the dream. You want to start with seed stock rather than food stock from the grocery store, and err on the side of dry once they're sprouting. So if they're sprouting and they haven't, as they're breaking their dormancy, ginger and dahlias, tubers, fast facts, they're very susceptible to rot, mold as they're breaking their dormancy. And so when you plant that ginger, plant it horizontally in the soil, really nice rich soil, because remember she's hungry, and plant her horizontally, warmest place you've got, and plant it into moist soil, but then basically never water it again until it is actually sprouting. The green sprouts are emerging. Because here's the thing, she's so susceptible to rot and mold when she is sprouting, and so you really want to err on the side of dry. If the soil is bone dry, then by all means go and water her again. But one of the biggest things that I notice is that people are sprouting their ginger and it tends to become mush before it sprouts, and that is just simply overwatering, especially if you don't have a heat mat. So the next thing is feeding them. Feeding ginger. Ginger is so hungry. So you plant it out after the final frost. Think your tomatoes. Think you're planting basil. Now it's time to put your ginger outside. And these glorious plants, which by the way, as you're growing them, smell them. They smell so heavenly. Every cell of a ginger plant has these amazing ginger oils in them. So it's not just the root that's medicinal and delicious, the leaves, everything about them are divine. So I love smelling these leaves. And we, in fact, all of these leaves, as we harvest them, all of those green leaves, think of them as not like lemongrass, but ginger grass, because they smell and taste luscious ginger. And so we actually send them all through our poor Cuisinart and dry them and drink them as ginger leaf tea all winter long, as well as our lovely roots. So feeding them, we have this fabulous ginger fertilizer that is specifically wonderful for growing not just ginger in general, but roots in general, because root that has lots of extra soluble calcium, which is perfect for helping plants be like, yes, I'm going to grow roots now, not just a shoot and not a fruit. It specifically helps plants focus on growing the robust rhizomes and roots. So don't hesitate. Compost is fabulous. Fish emulsion is amazing. However you are addressing fertility in your garden, don't be shy. But certainly this fertilizer makes a huge difference, and it's specifically formulated to help ginger rock it out for you. And our final reason why people don't generally harvest as much ginger as they could is this. Ginger loves to be healed. And here's the thing. Ginger rhizomes, as they're growing, they grow out and up. They actually don't grow down. They have separate roots that grow down, but the rhizomes themselves grow up and out. And as they're growing up, they can emerge above the soil. And so as they begin to emerge, they turn pink with that sun exposure. And with that exposure, they're going to be inspired to start a sprout, which is great because leaves are solar arrays, and can we talk? Photosynthesis is amazing. Plants are green because they're making sunshine into sugars. Plants are incredible. So they need leaves, of course, to grow and be healthy and to feed themselves. But in our short seasons, if we're just letting them grow leaves and leaves and leaves and leaves, then we're not going to have nearly as many rhizomes that we're super excited about. And so, yes, you want to be hilling them. Once you start to see these rhizomes emerging to the top of the soil, so think like mid-July, late July, you'll start to see those rhizomes getting to the top of the soil and just emerging. Then we put an inch of compost and a quarter cup of this fertilizer over it as well, so that it is all just right there. That sun exposure is null and void, and they're inspired to invest in rhizome development rather than leaf development. So these are just the tiniest little tips. There's so much more to share. And yeah, we harvested at the end of the season, and oh my gosh, I want to share so much more with you, and I do in our Grow Your Own Ginger Masterclass, which is normally $68, but it's now free because we love you, and we love to share what we love, and I'd love for you and your family and your community to be able to grow your own amazing ginger and harvest it this fall. So I'm so honored to share all of this with you and more. Our Ginger Masterclass is free, as is our entire Seed Starting Academy, which is all on our website, fruitionseeds.com, which is where you'll find our ginger, our heat mats, our lights, everything, but also our seeds. We grow, when people ask me if I have children, I say yes, and great-great-great-great-grandchildren. And we put them in packets. And so we are organically growing millions of seeds every year, regionally adapting them to our short seasons, pushing the envelope of what's possible, because that's what we do, and that's how we make the world a better place and make ourselves better people. So thank you for joining us on the journey. Thank you for knowing that seeds are not as small as they seem, that you are not as small as you seem, and that there's so much that we can do to feed ourselves, so much beyond calories in this time. Keep in touch and don't be shy.